நீங்கள் பார்த்துக் கொண்டிருப்பது ME24 தமிழ்.
From global icons to Canadian trailblazers, hear the stories behind the success. Only on Pioneers Spotlight.
Vanakkam and welcome to ME24 TAMIL. நான் உங்களோட ஹோஸ்ட் ராதிகா வேலலாகன். இன்றைக்கு we have an incredibly inspiring guest, Jayashree Now. Welcome.
Thank you.
Jayashree started her career in IT field in Chennai. Then she moved to the US in a leadership program with the American Express. From there, you relocated to Canada and you founded Valumax Real Estate and Mortgage Company. And you also found Tamilargal, and you also found Feel the Beat Dance Studio and the Hustle Bees.
And thanks, Radhika. Thank you so much for having me in this show. And thank you, Anton, for inviting me to be part of this wonderful show.
It's a pleasure. Now, let's quickly go into our questions. You started your career in Chennai after completing IT engineering degree from Anna University. What was it working in the tech industry, and how did these early experiences shape your professional outlook?
Yep. So, as you said, I started off as an IT professional in Chennai, and I was working in India. India lo 2 varsham. I was working as an core technical developer, and angarandu I had the opportunity to move to USA, and I was working there for like 8 years. So climbed the corporate ladder through obviously commitment and dedication and the striving, curiosity to learn, and reached up to the mark of an engineering director in American Express. So I was one of those few immigrants and the first Indian immigrant to be in that leadership position with American Express.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I was holding a team of around 88 members.
Okay.
88 பேர் இருந்தாங்க across India, US, Brazil and Singapore.
Okay.
So I was put into a lot of extremely challenging projects anga. So which was very crucial for the organization's success.
Of course.
So so that was a very pressure environment, and I was also holding the responsibility of the success of the team.
Yeah.
So in the experience and the exposure that I got through the projects made me an individual to be extremely organized and attention to details, because any mistakes, it's going to be millions of dollars in loss. So there will be obviously there will be haywire in the work environment. Exactly. So அதை mitigate பண்றதுக்கு I have to be extremely attentive. And the pressures I handle பண்றதும், because the team shouldn't get the pressure. When you are handling and taking the stress off from them, the productivity of the team is going to increase a lot.
Absolutely.
So we have to take in control, and with that the value to the clients should never be compromising, right? We have to deliver whatsoever it is. So ide ellame holistic and experience through the years vandadha. I think it's an extreme I'm extremely grateful for such a journey I had with IT back in US. So that made me an individual of these virtues. And when I came here and started off in this industry, real estate la aramikkumbodhu, all these qualities were just transferred, right? And that I think that made a unique proposition of me servicing the clients and families. avangaloda feedback kudukumbodhu da enakku okay, there's something more different that they have been experiencing, and I love to listen to their transparent feedback. Okay, இப்படி எல்லாம் நீங்க extremely responsible இருக்கீங்க ஸ்ரீ, எப்படி அது உங்க டைம் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்ல முடியுதுன்னு கேட்கும்போது நம்ம சாதாரணமா பண்ண மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும் அது, பட் ஓகே,
because it's part of your routine,
that is really adding value. Okay, great, அப்படின்னு even I felt it. So those are the values that made me deliver exceptionally.
Okay. Could you tell us your time at American Express and what motivated you to take on such a highly competitive environment?
True. American companies nowadays, it's like extremely aggressive on a timeline. You have to, even we'll tend to complete a project within 2 weeks. We call it sprint. So extremely aggressive environment. So, and on top of it, leadership positions, you won't find many of the immigrants in leadership positions. So, what made probably them to choose me, because I had a very strong technical background, and I also I was very comfortable discussing with the business partners. Like the business teams now, they provide funding for any projects to happen. So when I was extremely a balanced professional in both the arena, so I believe that made them see me as unique in the entire group. And adulana I was given that opportunity. So and one other thing I saw was like when it comes to decisions. So obviously, when people doesn't have a technical acumen, the decisions towards the business, you wouldn't be able to take it with clarity if the technical professionals are not giving that inputs. Exactly. Okay. So adu vand holistic experience la irukumbodhu, so they felt that is of immense value. And bringing me onto the table when all the business folks are discussing for executing the project until completion. So I believe those are some of the unique qualities.
Okay. Now, being a colored immigrant, Tamil woman, did you have to work extra harder? I mean, do you have to prove yourself? Did you feel like you had to prove yourself even harder, just so that you could be that they take you seriously?
Sure, interesting question. Of course, yes. Nothing comes off without a price, and we tend to sacrifice as women. We do have that, நீங்கள் நார்மலாகவே ஒரு ஒர்க் என்வாயர்மெண்ட் போனாவே we want to prove more than our bars, right? ஸோ அந்த ஸ்கில் எப்போவுமே I think it's innate-ஆகவே இருக்குது நம்மளுக்கு. And with the challenges that's thrown around us, we know I think we can, when our vision and goals are clear wherever we are striving, என்ன challenges throw பண்ணாலும் we would be able to take it and good at multitasking, carry on, and then bring it to completion.
Okay, so ஒரு IT ஃபீல்டில் இருந்து இவ்வளோது சாதிச்சுட்டு ஒரு கோஆப்ரேட் வேர்ல்டில் இருந்து யூ செட் நிறைய காலம் அந்த கோஆப்ரேட் வேர்ல்டில் இருந்துட்டு கனடாவுக்கு மூவ் பண்ணி அந்த ரியல் எஸ்டேட்டில் எப்படி ட்ரான்சிஷன் பண்ணினீங்க அண்ட் அது என்னத்துக்காக பண்ணினீங்க, அது பண்ணினது சரியா பிள்ளையாண்டு எப்படி டிசைட் பண்ணினீங்க?
So though the industry transition is new, but as such the industry எனக்கு புதுசு இல்லை. என்னென்னா நான் அங்கே யூஎஸில் நான் அங்கே கார்பரேட்டில் ஒர்க் பண்ணும்போதே I was actively investing in real estate.
Okay.
So என்னோட earned incomeலாம் it was going towards one of my major portfolio it was because I strongly believe on long term assets creation. So அதனால் அந்த இன்வெஸ்டிங்க்கு தான் I had my interest majorly. ஸோ அப்படி பண்ணும்போது ஆப்வியஸ்லி அதுக்கான ஒரு லேர்னிங் அண்ட் எஜுகேஷன் தேவையில்லையா. ஸோ அப்படி நான் ஐ யூஸ் டு அட்டெண்ட் லாட் ஆஃப் கான்ஃபரன்சஸ் இன் யூஎஸ். ஸோ அங்கே இருக்கிற அந்த ரியல் எஸ்டேட் மென்டர்ஸ் அண்ட் லீடர்ஸ் இருக்காங்களா, அவங்க கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுற கான்ஃபரன்சஸ்க்குலாம் ஐ அட்டெண்ட். ஸோ தட்ஸ் ஹவ் ஐ கேதர் லாட் ஆஃப் கான்டாக்ட்ஸ் and obviously lot of knowledge from them, networking with them. So that is how I got very familiar with real estate in America.
Okay.
So அப்புறம் எனக்கு இங்கே கனடா also it's not new when I came in, because நான் அங்கே அமெரிக்கன் எக்ஸ்பிரஸில் இருக்கும்போது I was owning partially a business team in Canadian American Express. So நிறைய வாட்டி நான் ட்ராவல் பண்ணுவேன் இங்கே கனடா டொராண்டோக்கு. So that's how I got familiar here also. So when there was a decision or pivotal moment in life வரும்போது I want to pursue masters. So which country, and because of all my entrepreneurial spirit, Canada seems to be very friendly, very welcoming, warm. So I chose Canada. So inge vandita apparama I had my masters, after which the industry that I want to choose and go on since because I had that striving to break that corporate ladder, the corporate ceiling idu pananum அப்படின்றதுக்காக தான் இங்கே entrepreneurial எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச industry. And also I thought I mean personal experience of me finding a house and வரும்போது the professionals I try to reach from America I don't know, unfortunately என்னால் தமிழ் ப்ரொஃபஷனல்ஸ் கரெக்டாக கனெக்ட் பண்ணிக்க முடியல. I couldn't find one very easily at my reach. நான் அங்கேருந்து ஆன்லைனில் ஃபேஸ்புக்கில் அப்படி தான் நான் தேடினேன். ஸோ அப்போ எனக்கு இங்கே கிடச்ச தமிழ் ப்ரொஃபஷனல் ரொம்ப ரெஸ்பான்சிவாகவே இல்லை. ஒருத்தங்க தான் somehow இந்த குரூப்ஸ் கண்டுபிடிச்சேன், but she was not very responsive. So then all those experience was even accumulating. So இங்கே வரும்போது எனக்கு I had a non-Tamil professional தான் எங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப்பே பண்ணாங்க வீடு வாங்குறதுக்கு. பட் the real challenge என்னன்னா, நம்ம சொல்கிற ரிக்வயர்மெண்ட், நம்ம ஃபேமிலி ரிக்வயர்மெண்ட் அவங்களுக்கு பெருசாக புரியலை, குறிப்பறிஞ்சு சர்வீஸ் பண்ண தெரியலை. And ultimately I was more informed than him on the transactions also.
Oh.
So with all that, I thought, you know what, if that is the case, and நம்ம மக்களுக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் கைடன்ஸ் இருந்தால், இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்போஷர் இருந்தால், uninformed இருக்கவங்களை இன்ஃபார்ம்டாக மாற்றினா, the decisions of them will be much more clear. So all those reasons made me, transition into real estate.
Once you entered the real estate industry, you founded Valumax Realty Service, a firm focused on helping immigrants building wealth through property. Why did you choose to focus on this particular industry, and how did your IT and finance background helped you shape your career?
Yeah. So நம்ம முன்னவே பேசின மாதிரி real estate experience for me unfortunately was not great in Canada. My first real estate experience, right? So lately then I understood that நானுமே ஒரு real estate professional ஆகணும். First, what are the other factors of the industry that I need to educate myself to become that holistic person, before serving the people. So நான் first a real estate license வாங்கினேன்.
Okay.
So I educated myself in mortgage. Okay. I had my financial background, but then I want to educate myself in mortgage, and mortgage license then first one. Okay. Then I started servicing in mortgages. Okay. And then I came to my attention of another bigger issue.
Okay.
Adi enna people are not well informed about any fees. There are many fees involved in closing a property. So எல்லா ஃபீஸை பற்றிலாம் உங்களுக்கு பெரிய இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்லாம் இல்லை. கமிட்மெண்ட், லோன் அப்ரூவல் வந்துடும், அண்ட் தென் வென் இட் கம்ஸ் டு க்ளோசிங் ஆல் திஸ் ஒரு பண்டோரா பாக்ஸ் மாதிரி இந்த எல்லா ஃபீஸும் வரும்போது பீப்புள் ஆர் ஸ்டார்டில்ட். அதை எப்படி ஹேண்டில் பண்ணுறதுன்னு. ஆனால் ஆஃப்கோர்ஸ் ஆப்வியஸ்லி தே ஆர் ஆப்ளிகேட்டட் டு க்ளோஸ். ஸோ தேர் கம்ஸ் லாட் ஆஃப் அதர் லெண்டிங் ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் விச் இஸ் கோன் டு டேக் thousands of dollars from people. Just because they have to close, right? So either I've in my own personal experience when I was servicing mortgages, in the grief when they were sharing with me, and then when I recovered them after 6 months, 8 months timeline after they closed to other lenders. So these are not just like that mistakes. Correct? When it is costing the hard-earned money, thousands of dollars from people, obviously this is not to be taken very at ease, right?
Yeah.
So in the education holistic maatittu, then few years later is when I started transitioning to real estate. And anga naan paatha sila vishayam I want to address, because I had a very strong conviction to address them. Adu enna misuse of power. Misguidance oru pakkom, but misuse of having that license and on irukala. So even that, unfortunately, I was noticing here, not with everybody. There are excellent, great entrepreneurs and real estate professionals in Toronto, but some, very few, had this made an experience for people. So, andalame we should be able to address all those gaps and give them a value. அப்படின்றது என்னுடைய ஸ்ட்ரைவிங்காக இருந்துச்சு, என்னுடைய கன்விக்ஷனாக இருந்துச்சு when I was in industry.
You've recently received prestige award like Sway Sakti Award 2024 in NRI category for social impact entrepreneurship, as well as Canadian Real Estate Award and Annual Revenue Award in 2023. What do these recognitions mean to you, and how do they reflect the impact you've made? And I'm curious to know what Sway Sakti Award 2024 is.
Sure. Suya Shakti Awards is given by Zee Tamil, Brand Avatar, Naturals and Sakti Masala. They have been conducting awards for women entrepreneurs and change makers in the society, exclusively for women in Tamil Nadu for the last 7 years. So in the varsham, the team contacted me and they invited me for an interview. So the interview was done by Hindu chief editor, Sushila Ravindran. So she was asking a lot of questions and information about the works and everything. And then they finally also shared that I've been selected as the winner in this category as a self-made women entrepreneur with social impact across 8,000 applications in NRI category.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's, and thanks to the team, to Brand Avatar team at this moment for honoring me. And it was definitely a great privilege and honor to be part of that stage. I feel extremely grateful. நம்ம ஏதோ ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரைவ் பண்ணி we want to add value in whatever we do அப்படின்றத பண்ணிட்டு வரோம். ஸோ பக்தியை செய் பலனை எதிர்பார்க்காதே அப்படின்னு ஒரு விஷயம் எங்கள் வீட்டில் எங்கள் அம்மா she used to tell me always. So I think even in my work, that's my the style of work I'll do. So I just keep doing what I'm doing, and when idu madri vishayam it is just validating and inspiring me to do even more. So every varsham I have my own benchmark. Adha ennode challenging. It is me versus me. If a fight is happening, it's just within me. So every varsham அந்த benchmark எனக்கு if I just go up every year, that is what is the actual growth, growth bar for me. So அதில் பார்க்கும்போது obviously something I have done, and extremely grateful for having that recognition happened. And ஒரு விஷயம் I would say, and based on the experience, right? So இங்கே வந்து நான் பார்க்கும்போதும் I was listening to all the individual pain, but ஒரு நிறைய மக்கள் கிட்ட அவங்களோட வலி என்னன்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கும் போது now it's becoming a சமூக வலி, ரைட்டா? அந்த சமூக வலி எப்படி இருந்தாலுமே we are also part of the same சமூகம், right? So I think it's my due responsibility also to give certain level of contribution, how much ever I can, to easen it out, right? So that is how some of the other initiatives that has been spun out of me, or along with me, just not me, it's other, including my spouse and other like-minded individuals alongside. Tamilargal irukattum, hustle visa irukku, idellame வந்து expressions of contributing in any degree that is possible.
My next question to you is Toronto Tamilargal. It's a non-profit organization focused on supporting Tamil immigrants in Canada. Why is it important for you to give back to the Tamil community, and how did you come out with that idea?
Sure. So every ஒரு குழந்தைக்கு தன்னுடைய பேரண்ட்ஸ் எவ்வளோ இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டோ அதே மாதிரி ஒரு இண்டிவிஜுவலுக்கு தன்னுடைய தாய்மொழியான கம்யூனிட்டி இஸ் ஆஸ் ஈக்குவலி இம்பார்ட்டண்ட். So to have that feel home, right? And obviously ஒரு நியூ இமிக்ரெண்ட்டாக இந்த கண்ட்ரிக்கு வரும்போது even I faced, and so many of us would have faced it. ஒரு இமிக்ரெண்ட்டாக வரும்போது the loss of the land, the cultural shock, the land shock, right? Or even other taxes of the land. To understand everything, it's going to take numerous years of living here. So அந்த ப்ராசஸையும் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்பெரைட் பண்ணால் இட்ஸ் கோன் எனிவேஸ் ஆக்சிலரேட் த சக்ஸஸ் ஆஸ் அன் இமிக்ரெண்ட், ரைட்? ஸோ அதை யார்கிட்ட இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நம்பிக்கையாக கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக பண்ண முடியும்? ஆப்வியஸ்லி நம்மளோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஹேண்ட் கம்யூனிட்டி பீப்புளோட தான் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ அதுக்கு ஒரு நான் ஜட்மெண்டலாக, நோ பார்ட்டிஷன்ஸ், ஐ மீன் எந்த பாகப்பிரிவினையும் இல்லாமல் ஜஸ்ட் தமிழால் இணைவோம். ஆக்சுவலி இந்த ஆர்கனைசேஷனோட கோர் பிரின்சிபலே தமிழால் இணைவோம். Okay, so that's how every initiative that's been done in this organization is based on that principle. Okay, so எந்த பாகுப்பிரிவினையும் இல்லாமல் let's all come together as brothers and sisters, and அந்த நட்புணர்வில் we want to exchange our strengths, right? And grow, collectively grow. So அப்படின்ற அதில் தான் இந்த organization has been thriving around. And why giving back? And why giving back to the community is important கேட்டிருந்தீங்க. What I could say is எப்படி ஒரு மேகம் வந்து கடல்லேருந்து தண்ணி எடுத்துகிட்டு திருப்பி மழையாக அனுப்போம், கரெக்டாக? ஸோ அதே மாதிரி தான் நம்ம வளர்ச்சிக்கு கம்யூனிட்டியிலேருந்து we take a lot, right? And நம்ம திருப்பியும் கொடுத்தா தான் அந்த கம்யூனிட்டியும் வளரும். So that's where the importance of giving back is. So that is why we encourage, I mean, we strive our best and also encourage a lot of volunteers, and there's been incredible volunteers in the organization who are just doing excellent works for the community.
So Toronto Tamilargal, அந்த ஆர்கனைசேஷன் எப்படி இந்த தமிழாக்களை ஒன்றா சேர்த்து ட்ராவல் பண்ணுது?
So we are in digital world. So Toronto Tamilargal is very active digitally. So நம்ம Facebook இருக்கட்டும், Instagram இருக்கட்டும், and WhatsApp. So there are humongous community across all these digital platforms where people exchange a lot of information, first-hand recommendations, or even they'll share their pains, they vent it out, and then get some feedback from professionals in the groups itself. So அந்த மாதிரி we have kept it everything at the easy reachல வச்சுருக்கோம். So to have that friendship grow in person, அதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுவோம், like last year we had every regionல we had community meetups. So for example Mississaugaல, Scarboroughல, Ajaxல, Whitbyல, even up until London. So we had a community meetups. இது என்ன பண்ணுச்சுன்னா அங்கே இருக்க neighborhood families எல்லாரையும் இன்னும் டீப்பெண்டாக கனெக்ட் பண்ணுச்சு. So even folks who were living there for 5 years didn't know so many people were living the same neighborhood.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So that made them connect, and now they are amazing friends. Okay. Getting along, going for outing and everything. So I think that's pretty much a success of what we are trying to do. Nurture friendships and feel home in Canada.
You're an official ambassador for One Tree Planted organization advocating for environmental sustainability. What inspired you to take up this cause?
One Tree Planted is an excellent organization. I've been with them for almost a decade ago.
Okay.
So their vision is what inspired me. So they are constantly planting trees across the world. Okay, so எனக்கு புரிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் as we are so busy in building our wealth and all that, இன்னொரு மல்டி ஜென்ரேஷனல் வெல்த் நீங்கள் விட்டுட்டு போக முடியும். அண்ட் ஈவன் our ancestors have left us a sustainable environment, sustainable earth for us to live. So அதே தான் we have to pass on to the next generation. So அதோடைய expression தான் I have been part of One Tree Planted. I've hosted tree planting events and I've been constantly engaging in their activities. And என்னோடைய every real estate or mortgage transaction I make sure that I have a certain percentage towards this organization.
Oh, okay.
To support their
How
to
many
support their
trees
vision.
have you planted personally?
Personally,
Here in Toronto, Ontario, and in the States?
In the United
India
States, I was super active. Anga vandu I've never counted it, but actually, our event and organize panna, we usually plant at least 20 to 30 tree saplings. Figure out a zone and plant there. So in Ontario, I have been engaged in 3 tree planting activities, which was hosted by others.
Okay.
So I'm striving my next contribution or next step. I want to host tree planting events, and those talks are going on with the organization.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. In addition to environmental work, you co-founded Hustlebees, an initiative focused on women empowerment. Could you talk about how you help women empower and how do you help them?
So Hustlebees is it's actually started off empowering women. Then we also realized we could support, irrespective of the gender, aspiring entrepreneurs. We would be able to support them.
Okay.
So basically, we are striving to do now. Aspiring new entrepreneurs, whatever resources and challenges that they are facing, right? Initial startup. So the journey that we have passed and நம்ம என்ன challenges face பண்ணுமோ, at least அந்த challenges or அந்த mistakes அவங்க பண்ணாம இருந்தா கூட they would run faster. So and specifically when I'm going to talk about women, we have seen and the konja overthinking and analysis paralysis and all this actually put us a little back, right? Considering family, considering a financial situation, and considering all the situations around, நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு பெரிய பேஷன் இருக்கும், பட் ஆனால் நம்ம ஸ்டெப்ஸ் எடுத்து வைக்க மாட்டோம். பட் someone is giving a push, ஒரு ட்ரிகர் கொடுத்தோன்னா obviously we will take our stuffs and run faster. So adanal we thought this environment will give that support. If you're even thinking or even the sidelines, come on in. So I have hosted business plan sessions, business strategy sessions. Idella free away I used to conduct as per my time availability. But otherwise, if they need some seed funding or a startup funding, because I'm in the finance world, I mean I have contacts in finance, so I kind of arrange all that for them.
Okay.
That's how we are striving to encourage this entrepreneurship for our Tamil community. நம்ம என்னென்ன challenges நாங்க ஃபேஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோமோ அதை அவங்க ஃபேஸ் பண்ணாம இருக்கிறதுக்கு we take a step forward.
Okay, so the Hustlebee, is it a non-profit?
Yes, it is a non-profit.
It's also a non-profit. Yeah. Okay, amazing. Good to know. After achieving so much in the multi-industry, tech, finance, real estate, and entrepreneurship, what has been most fulfilling part of your journey?
Sure. So after traveling these many industries, ஒரு விஷயம் I have come to a realization, or maybe I've given that opportunity to experience by the universe. So எந்த ஒரு துறையிலுமே we can, obviously life is a journey, and we are thrown into hurdles and challenges constantly.
Absolutely.
And kept busy, right?
Yeah.
So இதில் personal pain-உம் இருக்கு. Personal pain மட்டும் பார்த்தா personal pain தான், and we are busy addressing that. But as you come across or get your maturity build up, you would also have the opportunity to see society pain. அதுவும் ரியல் எஸ்டேட் மாதிரி இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் மக்களை மையப்படுத்தி சேவை பண்ணுற இடத்துல you got the opportunity to see through the lens. ஸோ அந்த சொசைட்டி பெயினை பார்க்கும்போது அதையும் எடுத்து நீங்கள் சால்வ் பண்ணணும்னு, லைக் எனி ஆஃப் த நான் ப்ராஃபிட் இனிஷியேட்டிவ்ஸ் தட் வி ஆர் ஸ்ட்ரைவிங், ரைட்? இந்த மாதிரி எடுக்கும்போது இட்ஸ் கோயிங் பியாண்ட் த பர்சனல். ஸோ தேர் ஆர் 2 ways, personal and beyond personal. So when we strive to do anything beyond personal, what happens is that I have experienced personally, The help, the support, the resources that we kind of get, right, is from the nature and God. Kadavul Bhakti irukana from God is unimaginable. Okay, so it is like unexpected. Logically நீங்க type பண்ண முடியாது. So that is soul fulfilling. So every human here is also a little spark of the universe. That's how I see. So அப்படி இருக்கும்போது the service that we do, service to people is service to God. So just keep doing what we're doing.
Good. Very spiritual. As a business coach and mentor, what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs, particularly women and immigrants who are looking to start their own ventures?
I would say keep this top 3 things in your mind as an aspiring entrepreneur. 1, stop overthinking. நிறைய திங்க் பண்ணி ரொம்ப அனலைஸ் பண்ணி நான் பர்ஃபெக்டான வேர்ல்டில் தான் ஐ வில் ஆப்ரேட் அப்படின்றது there's never a perfection. There's no perfect world. So don't get stuck there. Second, start wherever you are, whatever you have. Right? With whatever resources you've got. என்கிட்ட காசு இல்லை என்கிட்ட மக்கள் இல்லை எனக்கு நெட்வொர்க் யாருமே தெரியாது இல்லை நான் புது கண்ட்ரியில் இருக்கேன் எப்படி யூனோ how would I even figure out surviving அப்படின்றது இல்லாமல் with the job that we do or whatever the career we are in, if you have some passion or you're towards something now, start somewhere. And the start somewhere will take you through the journey. And third thing, be fearless. நீங்கள் உண்மையாக நேர்மையாக இருக்கீங்கன்னா நிமிர்ந்து நில்லுங்க and just have that conviction going around. I mean, like, you can just present your ideas, present your vision to anybody, and the right people will get attracted and will get the product or services from you. So don't worry.
ME24TAMIL Pioneer Spotlight. இதோட first production. அதை பற்றி நீங்கள் என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க?
It's a great honor to be the first guest of this wonderful show. And in the show, it's a great initiative to invite all the established entrepreneurs and share their journey. And idilarinde youngsters will take the first-hand information through our journey, right? The challenges that we have faced and come through. So I'm extremely grateful to be part of your journey here. And congratulating and appreciating ME24TAMIL team. இதே மாதிரி growth focused on initiatives இன்னும் நிறைய கொண்டு வாங்க. I'm curious to listen to the forthcoming episodes also. And thank you so much for this opportunity, ME24TAMIL, and தொடர்ந்து ME24TAMIL பாருங்க.
From global icons to Canadian trailblazers, hear the stories behind the success. Only on Pioneers Spotlight.
நீங்கள் பார்த்துக் கொண்டிருப்பது ME24 தமிழ்.